Not yet, anyway.
Right. Well, Oblito's not here.
That's true. That makes a difference.
Makes a big difference. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
It's been a rough couple of weeks
Oh my god.
for me and Lady Horror on the animal side, on the work side, on every side. It's been a lot. So we are sorry that it's been a hot minute. Hi Hunty. Hi Jay. Nice. This thing is beat to shit. So this top Starman bought me at Rue 21 in 2021 when we were doing, if you guys remember that photo I showed at my biggest where I'm in that really ugly bucket hat and cherry top, this was bought that night and it was like $4 on discount at Rue 21 and it was so comfortable and I've been wearing it ever since. It's gotten hella beat up though. Like I used to be able to actually wear it in public and now it's got holes everywhere. Yeah, all right. Rip to Rue 21, right? And I used to go there a lot because I actually have a lot of shirts that they made good fat sizes. I will say that. A lot of their stuff was good for fat sizes. And hello, Silvar. Well,
Hey, Silver.
in case you guys forgot, because we haven't been on to really say anything, we're 1 week away from finally the StarMorata real life moment.
Woo.
Woo! Horror's having a rough day, guys. Tell her how beautiful she is. Tell her how wonderful she is. Tell her how elder god she is. Her
Just
tentacles.
compliment the tentacles. Yeah, that always works.
The tentacles are especially sparkly and glistening today. Hello, Fluffy Paws. How is our little baby doing? And my animals are, of course, acting like assholes.
Yeah.
Axel has started attacking Penny. Nova
God.
has reverted. I don't know if they sense that I'm getting ready to leave. I think they know it's about to happen. We can't say she's beautiful. Yes, you can.
You can see it right there. Don't you see the little red eyes and green tentacles, everything? Even my horn, right there. See? There I am.
Fabulous.
That's what I look like.
Sparkle. Yeah, and forgive me if I'm a little goofy, guys. Since Wednesday, I've been working 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. completely alone at work.
Ay.
But the plus side, the restaurants are opening. Hendrix, get off of that! Hendrix!
Hey, Smokey!
No. Hendrix!
That cat just told you to go fuck yourself.
Hendrix! I know, Nova. Get over it. Shut up. Lord. What you heard was Nova, who the reason why she doesn't sound like herself is she has been meowing so much for food, despite literally just having first and second dinner, ma'am.
She's gone from being a cat to being a hobbit.
Pretty much. And she's like croaky. Like she's ruining her throat. She's doing good. We finally found out Guppy is a girl.
Aww, congratulations.
We are so happy. Congrats, Fluffy Paws. I'm so happy for you. We are ready. Hello, Smokey. Hello. So, have we had any animal news this week? Anything? I will say that there's one thing. I'm going to make a video on it. But there's one thing I think will both annoy you and brighten your spirits.
Oh, God.
Have you heard about the latest controversy about fat women riding horses?
You mean other than we shouldn't be doing it? Please tell me there's not a controversy beyond the fact we shouldn't be putting our fat asses on the back of a poor horse.
So, there is a woman who loves to identify herself as your friendly, local, Orthodox Jew, plus size local Orthodox Jew recovering from a binge disorder, as YouTube has really cracked down. It's another thing that's kept me from making videos. Apparently, YouTube has really cracked down on what they will demonetize for any reason.
Bastards.
So, bastards. She took her daughter to a ride thing, okay? And at the ride thing, there's weight limits on the ponies.
Yeah, that's normal.
And one little girl was told she's too big.
Okay.
One girl was told she was too tall. One girl was told she was too heavy. And this woman was upset that she had to do a lot of building up of that little girl on the drive home. Had to really make her feel better about herself. And I'm like, I would not be sitting there telling the kid how beautiful, lovely. I'd be like, listen, this is an animal. It's not a toy. You're just too big to ride that animal. That's okay.
It wasn't a Clydesdale, so obviously you shouldn't be sitting on it.
Right. Draft mixes are the only horses that can actually carry anything that's above 300 pounds. 250 is truly the maximum you should be doing it. Like, whenever you have two people riding on a horse, you really need a large and, like, your den chatters treat these ladies right, and the goblins got sued in the wrong hole. What?
Mr. Wrong.
Hold on. I gotta reread that again. I gotta get that right. You den chatters treat those ladies right, or a goblin's gonna stick his foot up the wrong hole.
Oh, God. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Thank you. I needed that one.
None of you can see it. I'll have to put it up on screen. You're wrong. Mom, you okay? You're not on horror's side of YouTube, hunty. Okay, anyways. So this woman starts to pontificate. She's like, okay, well, fine. They're ponies. I guess I get it. But then when you look at horses, the maximum is only 250 pounds. What? All I know is that horses used to go into battle. Horses used to pull all these things. Why are the horses of today so weak? What are we doing? Why are we breeding weak-ass horses? And she did a whole video on this. And then when she was rightfully put in her place by quite a few people in the comments, I was so happy to see that. She then came back with, you know, you all could have educated me nicer. Mind you, the entire video she did was absolutely like catty, bitchy, rude. And she's like, all of you could have absolutely used a better tone. So you can all go fuck yourselves. If you're not going to use the proper tone with me when you're going to educate me, there's a right and a wrong way to address somebody when they're in the wrong. And I'm like, I wonder if she keeps that energy with somebody who is anti-abortion. She's massively liberal, okay? With someone who is pro-Trump. With anyone who doesn't politically agree with her. I wonder if when she doesn't like somebody or she thinks that they're being ignorant, does she keep that same energy? Because we already know she doesn't.
No, I really just want to kick this person now.
Don't worry, I'll send you the video.
Do you have to?
It was, it was very interesting, to say the least. But oops. Ain't no cleric prayer gonna get it out either. You're wrong.
He's a treasure.
He is on a. Did your bard leave the party, sir? Is that why you are taking up the helm?
I think he is the bard.
So, horror. I can't stay in the room long tonight, guys, for several reasons. One, this is the clay litter. We all know what happened. We all know what happened the last time Star Son stayed too long in a clay litter room. First of all. Second of all, as I said, I've been waking up at 5 a.m. every day to get to work. after getting home at 9 p.m. The cynical dude. Yes, the cynical dude did a. He is the reason why I even know about it. And I thanked him directly. I was like, "Sir, I thank you for this blessing because it is a blessing, truly, a painful one, but a hilarious one." But horror, where do we intend to stream? We're hoping to on Tuesday next week.
Oh, Tuesday. You mean from my kitchen?
Oh, I thought we were going to the museum, babe.
No, that's Monday.
Monday.
Oh no,
sorry.
you're right. That is Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Right. Are we were we gonna stream from there, or were we just talking about maybe just doing video?
Well, I know we were thinking about potentially inviting the folks to if they were in the area. I mean, it's a small chance, but
Now, if anybody's in Montana and happens to be around Missoula, Montana, you can totally stop by. That'd be fine.
Yeah, because it's whatchamacallit. What's the museum we're doing again?
You know what? I had that. It's the natural history.
There's
something of something of something.
That's the technical term, guys.
My brain is. I've had, as she said, a bad couple weeks. It's the Natural History Center.
The Natural History Center in Missoula. We're going there. We might try to live stream from there, or after our several-hour jaunt back to her house, we might live stream there because we're trying to decide that. But what really cool things are we going to see at the museum, Horror?
We're going to see animal bones and other dead things, and probably some plants and general museum stuff. Yeah.
Well, I find museums very exciting. I don't know if I'm alone in that.
I like them.
She's going to realize I get really stoked about museums.
Yeah. This is me excited, believe it or not.
I'm so ready. Like, the day that I drag you here, we're going to Raleigh, though.
Okay. It's been a while. I haven't been to Raleigh in a while.
Have you ever been to the Science Museum in Raleigh?
No. We only ever went to the zoo.
The zoo is in Asheboro. Raleigh has the museums. And the Science Museum, guys, if you ever get a chance to go to Raleigh and go to the Science Museum, it's phenomenal. I love it. And they just unleashed, because North Carolina is also kind of a dino state. It isn't on the same level as Montana, because Montana was towards the inland ocean, that where T-Rexes and a lot of other large dinosaurs did live. Mm-hmm. If you didn't know that, during the different periods over the millions of years, there was a large inland ocean that
during a long time ago. Yes.
Yeah, long time ago, it split America in half.
Yep.
And that is one of the reasons why you find in Montana a lot of dinosaur bones, because they were technically not living inland, they were living on the coast. Mm-hmm. And so the same thing, that's why you'll see a lot of the mosasaur and other aquatic dinosaurs doing battle with a T-Rex. That's because there is a very real possibility that a wayward T-Rex wandered into the ocean there and a mosasaur took it out. I bet prehistoric people have hairy balls. Feathery balls.
No, he said the people. The people would have been very hairy. They would have been mammals still. So
it would have been lizard people, thank you.
Could be.
Some of them have also collected human parts, like this one chick had a preserved pinky toe, or that caused discourse. Who? Oh, vulture culture. Yeah, I have several friends that like collecting dead things. I'm on stream with one right now.
I like dead things. Dead things are fun.
Also, wouldn't that make me a vulture too?
Yeah, kinda.
I like teeth. Not human teeth. I like animal teeth. And I like big
human teeth are kind of boring.
I think, what did you guys do? This feels like there's a new cut in this.
Yes, cave chicks probably had hairy boobs. They had to stay warm somehow.
They did. Supposedly, Cave women have stripes. They say if you look at us under an infrared microscope, infrared lighting, we have striping on our chest. Women.
That would make sense.
And they say it's like almost like tigery stripes. And there's a lot of things they look into on the history of humans, like why we blush, why when we're in, for lack of a better term, coitus, why we turn more red. And they're thinking that, like, if you look at a lot of apes and chimps of today, their body parts swell and change color, and they believe that that has actually something to do with us as well. It's really cool when you look about all of it, but I really want to go to the new dinosaur exhibit in Raleigh. They unveiled the dueling dinosaurs, and I'm like, I remember when it happened. It's such a rare fossil. It was not stretch marks, like actual like markings that women just have. Tumblr girlies have the tea and discourse though. Yeah, I will tell you this. I have a lot of friends. A lot of my you gotta realize I grew up emo goth. Okay, I am not exactly immune to that. I find a lot of fascination with dead things. The reason I broke this finger was because my friend was stopping me from going in a cemetery because she got an aneurysm and thought I shouldn't go. And so she grabbed me and twisted my hand and hairline fracture.
That is way too much information wrong.
Well,
I mean, I understand why it happened, but they did way too TMI.
On the plus side, congratulations on passing it. Now you only slightly know what a woman goes through when they pass a child.
I don't know. Every woman I know that's have had kidney stones would rather pass a child than a kidney stone.
I know 3 that switched it, but one of them was my mother, and that's because she nearly died giving birth.
Yeah.
So, but what Daisy May? Come here, baby. Can I pick you up? It's okay. Now look at how healthy Daisy is. Daisy is going on 13.
Yes, wrong. I am extremely ashamed of your kidney stone. It should have been bigger.
Look how rough Nova's looking. Nova's only 10.
Poor Nova.
I know.
And she's squeaky.
My little squeaky girl. Here, I know. Go ahead.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry that your kidney stone happened. I know those things hurt.
You'll lay off the soda. But
you got to drink that Minute Maid diet stuff. Apparently that has stuff that actually breaks them up in it.
There's a lot of things supposedly do really well for them. What? Yeah. What's the matter with you? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's not happening. She was aiming for my frickin' statue. Negatory, good buddy.
Oh, your mom had to have surgery for the kidney stones? That sucks.
Really? How bad? Hey, size shaming. Anyone smaller than us is inferior. We are the super fats. You're all just mid to small fats.
I finally figured out why I'm getting these random bruises.
Stop punching yourself?
No, it's because I'm losing weight. Apparently, as you lose weight, your liver starts processing more fat, so it doesn't have the ability to process the estrogen out of your body at the same rate it would normally.
Really?
So the increase of estrogen actually causes the cells to weaken, and thus you can end up with more random bruises.
For me, it's the loose skin. I've been getting the random bruises as well. A big one 3 weeks ago. We're talking, it was on the side of my leg. And as couples do, Matthew and I were just canoodling. And as certain pieces of clothing came off, my husband goes, "Whoa!" And we look down, and there's just this massive bruise on my leg. And I just assumed, because again, Orion, Greta, I just assumed that was it. Also, I'm not exactly what we call delicate. I'm not a gentle woman. you know, I tend to barge into stuff real
I
forward,
fall onto things all the time. Yeah.
head
Trip,
on.
fall.
So we are D-Trex. I'm hoping you are in a genuine question, as Kick is usually known for the opposite. We usually like to talk about animals, whether that be alive, dead, extinct, past,
Human.
present, future, human. So we were talking about just different things, the human body. Um, Even though it was originally started as a joke by whatchamacalls it,
Mr. Wrong.
Mr. Wrong. Um, it does actually beg the question, there's a lot of research around. They really have no idea, about cave people, their actions, their
Mhm.
history, when it comes to interbreeding, because again, we have to remember that we are the prevailing species of human now. But for a long time, there was like 10? There was
Yep.
several different species of humanoids. Are bugs animals? Okay, so technically, yes. No, Daisy. See, now I gotta take you down.
At the strict definition of animal, when you're talking scientifically, yes, bugs are part of the animal kingdom.
But I will say this: what's the craziest thing about bugs is that bugs outnumber us. Like I think, what is it, like 1,000 to 1, maybe
Something
more?
like that. It's probably more, depending on the bug.
If the insects truly rose up, we think they annoy us now. Let me tell you something. If the insects really rose up, we'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everything before 1776 was a mistake anyway. Suddenly I want tea.
I
But
kind of wanted some coffee.
I had coffee earlier.
I actually had coffee earlier too, but now I want more.
I want to be able to sleep tonight. And I have to especially be good because I have to fly all the way from here to Montana. So I have to
Mhm.
make sure my digestive tract is fantastic for the next week. Based on science, babe.
Oh, just based. She
Oh,
didn't mean
based?
based on. Yeah.
Well, because there's a lot of research when it comes to insects. They actually believe that now obviously
Well, maybe it's because of you. Just saying.
how often are you arguing like a liberal? Just go full hazmat mode and bomb the world with insecticides. You know what the funniest thing is, D-Trex? Now, a lot of people, humans think that, right? Like a lot of humans are going to say, well, they're just pests. They're pests. They're pests. I think we forget that they're actually the backbone of a lot of food in the chain, right? So most pollinators are insects, with very rare exceptions. You've got some mammals and some birds, but 90% of pollination is done by insects. Plants actually developed after insects to find pollination in that way. So right off the bat, you are eliminating a lot of the plants that we survive on just for oxygen. Forget about food, okay? AI will solve that problem for us. Bro just reminded me of, I shared it on Instagram. Guys, the dumbest shit has occurred. Human race has officially gotten stupid. And I wouldn't mind, but we have all sorts of movies and everything else to teach us why this is a dumb idea. But apparently we just don't want to fucking learn. Let me see if my stories will let me go to it. Because when I tell you,
I don't know why you wouldn't be able to, Waki. There is no racial requirement for this stream, as far as I know.
who said what? I'm black. Can I still watch this stream? I don't know.
Misread the situation.
So ready? You guys, are you ready to prepare for the end? This is not a guy in a suit. This is Neo, a new humanoid robot for your home.
That's a guy in a suit.
It's not.
That's a guy in a suit.
It's not. And when they show you, you'll see it. So he's wired up to the ceiling. This is a robot that they have designed, and they are pilot testing it. And it is designed to be, remember iRobot?
Mm-hmm.
They designed it based off of iRobot, like the same idea where it's your helper in the home.
No, we were talking about actual insects, not pseudonyms.
Was a pseudonym? Sir, this is a Wendy's. So, anyways, I just wanted you guys to see this. You're telling me you'd be against having a robot do simple? Yes, because the thing is, here's the thing. Here's why I am against this. Okay, so on the surface, this sounds like a great idea, right? This sounds fun. This sounds cool. This sounds like, wow, my life will be easier. This sounds like the easiest way for a edgelord who's a really good hacker to kill a lot of people just because.
And we're either going to get iRobot, which if you've seen the movie, you know why that's a bad idea, or you're going to get Bicentennial Man.
One way or another. Because the thing is, what if the robot malfunctions and it starts treating you like the inanimate object it thinks it is? And it starts bending you or this thing is stronger than you. Okay, first and foremost. Think the robot can throw it back for a player? That's the other problem. I fear so many lonely people doing lonely people things.
There are already robots in production for specifically that situation. So when they're out, I'm sure they'll be contacting you.
Right. There's just, when I tell you, and I want to get back to the insect thing because there's a lot of research around it, but he made me think of it, and it was just what?
At what point do they have consent laws written for
them? Right. Because the thing is, what if the robot, which is AI, they equip it with AI, so it's not going to be pre-programmed to just do certain things. They want it to learn. Well, what if the person that buys it is a massive Democrat? And suddenly the robot's like, I do not consent to do the dishes. Like, I want it. What? Sinbad? Knock it the fuck off.
Cats are acting up again.
Come on, Penny. Come on. Not you. Oh, they've been doing... working 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. has fucked up the whole household for them. The RLGBTQI2S community gonna go crazy. Because again...
How long before people start identifying as robots?
And then the thing is, these same people that say if it identifies, because they're even saying that, you know, animals can identify to a certain point and certain things can. This is gonna just destroy so many blurs. It blurs so many lines. Just there is a point where we put these in movies so people would know. WALL-E is a great example. We've got fat people now claiming that they deserve wheelchairs because children get to use wheelchairs. Why can't the adults? Just because we're fat and we can't walk. There has to come a point where we have to say we should not do certain things because it's going to push us to a point of no return.
Star,
what?
Have you seen Idiocracy?
You know, you're the third person to ask me this fucking week.
Yeah?
Still haven't seen it.
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting story about that movie.
Oh, no.
So when they were making that movie, they were setting it off, you know, in the future, you know. So they were like, well, we need to find some clothing that obviously no one would ever wear because there's no way this would ever happen, you know? And so they go out and they find these really cheap, like, $15 shoes. They're like, these are horrible. No one's ever going to wear these. And So the entire movie is everybody wearing these shoes. Do you know what those shoes are?
Crocs.
They are Crocs.
And everyone wears them now.
And everyone's wearing them now.
And I literally, so I had a customer today. We were talking about Crocs and how horrible they are. By the way, there's my pronouns.
My pronouns are Eldritch Goddess.
And Goddess Self.
High horned one, something like that. I don't know.
You can't do that. That can get construed in very odd ways, man.
I'm Eldritch. That's what's supposed to happen.
Whole story is fun. Again,
school. It's still not cool. That's the problem.
It never started. And it was these parents that I had to sell to a teenager, and we were talking about, because like, one, guys, the amount of customers I had this week, unprompted, saying to me, Trump 2024, I was like,
okay,
guys, I see you. And the thing is, the only negative of that is, I'm pretty damn sure they were saying it to me because they wanted to see a liberal get upset. Because
makes sense.
Because they all went, oh, you too? I'm like, yeah, me too. And so it was really funny to see that. But then
me too. Sorry.
We had a couple of how dare. I don't even have my full costume on. No, Hunty, wasn't that which inspired the Amazing Digital Circus? Oh God, that show. A lot of this shit where it's just like, I can't handle it. Hell yeah, Trump 2024. Yeah, if you guys weren't aware, everyone on Kick, a lot of people come in here, and I will say one of the best comments that someone said is, what in the pronouns is going on here? And another one's like, or was it what in the LGBTQ is going on here? Like, some people have done some pretty damn good comments coming on the stream. I will not tell a lie. That being said, you are in a non-liberal space. You have a ANCAP and Republican here. We just don't look the parts. Well, today she's definitely
not a safe spot. This is not a safe space for anybody.
Not even for each other.
Nope.
Oh, I don't know why it just reminded me. There's a dude trying to make a whole new dog breed.
Again.
The dog looks nice.
How's its health?
So, he's doing it to breed for estate guarding.
Cthulhu 2024. Okay.
Political crossdresser shirt. Yeah, damn, where's a mod when I need it? I have a shirt I designed, guys. Literally political crossdresser. Shout out to fine, hold on.
You're gonna make her work on her own goddamn stream. What are you doing?
Damn it! I don't want to have to do work.
Also, why do we need another breed for guarding shit? We have enough of those.
A what?
You said it was for guarding estates?
Right, and that's what a lot of people said. They said, why would we need another guard breed? Like, we have, they're fucking everywhere. There's a billion guard breeds. Why are we doing this?
Just get one of the ones that already exist.
I think he really wants to have a breed that he created, which I get.
I guess.
Cool. I understand. My guy. No. Like, not only just no. Because it just seems to be happening a lot with these people. Hold on, I'm trying to get to one of my videos so I can get the link. Because I'm special and I can't build the link up right now. Don't ask me why. I am having a moment. Wow. YouTube has definitely updated how this shit looks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The descriptions, the descriptions look different. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I'll take your word for it because I never really looked at descriptions.
And now I'm getting agita. Damn it. Wow, I should maybe update my shop. It says fall 2023.
Wow. You are an excellent merchandiser.
How dare you? I'll have you know I am, just not for myself. That's the worst thing in the world, is that I will advertise everyone else's shit, and then I'll be like, do you want to go look at mine? Like, let's see. Where are you, fourth wall? There it is. So in case you're wondering, guys, I do still have my merch. Some of you have purchased. I know Moon has purchased some. I know that Linda has purchased some. And this is my political cross-dresser. Mine's starting to get a little worn down because I definitely wear it a lot. But we all designed this together. If you look, you can see, got the little Republican emblem in my eyes.
Nothing weird about that.
How dare you? It's supposed to be symbolic.
Nothing cultish like about that at all. Nope.
I hate you. I hate you so much. You rarely. I rarely do. I advertise it right at the beginning of my well, because the thing is, guys, at the end of the day, I'm not exactly at people want to wear my merch status. So it does seem a little silly to advertise it when you know most of your followers aren't looking to do so.
I will say that it's a lot easier to get to I want to wear my merch status if you actually tell people you have merch.
I do, beginning of every video. Every single video I have a pre-done thing. Right? Acting like it's cultish when I was just trying to show that I look different on the outside. You're being bullied on stream.
I'm not even going to make a comment about the elephant. You can't set me up like that.
You can't. I swear to God. One fucking person say the elephant in the room. I'll turn this stream right around, I tell you.
You can't set that up. You can't set me up like that.
See, now if you take it, it will just be like so low hanging. Okay.
That's why I didn't take it in the first place, because it was so low hanging. It was right there, and it's like I can't because it's right. It's too close. I need to aim higher.
I can't. I fucking can't. Listen, you know why she ain't taking it? Because she and I swing from the same damn branch. That's why. Her fruit is just slightly larger than mine, and that's only in height. I'm sure.
My fruit doesn't look as wide because it's tall.
I went to the doctor. Okay, got my new doctor.
Yay!
When I got measured, I said, some doctors claim I'm 5'3". I believe I'm 5'2", and they measured me and said, well, we've got 5'3", but you're wearing your sneakers, so you're 5'2". I was like, I wasn't trying. I wasn't trying to. I was just telling you. When I saw the shirt, I didn't even see the Republican symbols or whatever. You're not supposed to. It's meant to be like, you see that because, and the branch on the verge of breaking. Damn.
It's a hefty tree.
I'll have you know, our tree is mighty. It has to hold up all this strength.
And fat.
I'm just gonna brush that off. Yeah.
Like we said, not a safe space.
I can't. I fucking can't. Oh God. Yeah, I definitely am staying here long for tonight. These. I don't know how I ever live with clay litter. I don't.
Force.
I did it for years. I don't know how I did. Because now I feel so bougie. I'm like, oh, I'm with the poor people stuff. Like,
Well, yeah, I really do prefer the crystals
silicone.
or silicone or whatever.
I will tell you.
The
I know people.
dust-free stuff.
And have you heard this late? All right, so this just putting me on the next thing. You heard the latest thing about how we shouldn't farm or use plastics at all now in farming? I don't know how to feel.
No, it sounds dumb.
They're claiming that now just using a plastic container puts microplastics in the very fabric of your food.
I will say, I do think that there was a lot more recycling of things back before plastic because, people would reuse the same glass jar, reuse the same, or, repurpose a can or whatever, as opposed to just throwing it away and moving on. So that's where I am mentally on that, is the fact that it does actually in the end produce less waste, and glass and metal are actually more recyclable directly than plastic. The plastics in your microplastics stuff, I'm not so sure on that one. It seems like a weak excuse.
Well, they're saying even let's say you are hello bonged, and
Hello.
they're saying that so let's say, so you brought up an excellent point, recycling. Okay, so let's say you and Sheep, you do a lot of motor work, right? You're doing a lot of stuff on cars, and you've accumulated a lot of oil cans.
Mm-hmm.
You have cleansed them. They are perfectly fine. So you drill them out and you use them for hydroponics.
Yep.
They're saying that you shouldn't do that either.
Why?
Microplastics.
Okay, these people are gay.
Too much fluoride.
That fluoride is way more dangerous than the microplastics, I think.
And so that's what's like, I see what they're saying. I genuinely do. But I am one of those people that plastics make it possible. There are silicone, while it is a natural thing, is a natural kind of synthetic. And it's stuff like that where I get it to an extent. And I think it's what do you want them to do then? Do you want them to just throw all that out and then get cardboard and wood, where wood deteriorates? Not they're trying to say, they're like, oh, well, why are you gay? Listen, you think how all these assholes done been on Gothic's stream recently. She's saying so much why are you gay? Why are you gay? But I
just thought they were in the car with me and Sheep. I ask him that all the time.
I shouted to Matt, I've cut it off for a little bit because he's gotten way too used to it, but I'll be like, honey, yeah, you're gay.
No, we'll just get in an argument and he'll say something and I'll look at him and say, well, but you're gay.
Okay? So, Pluribus, you actually bring up unintentionally a story. So, when I started doing this, shush. When I started doing pottery, right? We were all sitting there in class. We were in high school. And my pottery teacher sat us all down and told us a very scary, very real story. Whenever you use glaze, in case you're unaware, guys, while it may feel like liquid and it feels completely safe on your hands, it is not. You cannot get glaze anywhere on your face or in your mouth. Because if you swallow it, glaze is just water and ground glass. And so what happened was, there was a young lady that my pottery teacher went to school with. And she was painting a piece that she had done. And she went, and she nearly died. Either she nearly died or did die, because she tore her intestines open. Because the glaze, the microglass, was so sharp and it went through her system, it tore her wide open. Even though it was small. And silica is the devil, but I like it. And it makes my house smell not bad. She's got you preaching in some videos. Gothics is very, how would I put it? My lady is passionate.
Single-minded.
She's very passionate. Single-minded or not, once she decides on something, she is very passionate about it. And either way, I'm very proud, but I know she won't hold it against you. Remember, she is a brand new Christian.
It takes a while for it to wear off.
We done been in the trenches for a long time.
I'm not technically a Christian, so that
Believe
helps.
in God.
I believe in a God, yeah.
Either way.
Cthulhu 2024.
Listen, it doesn't count if you believe in yourself.
No, that's fine. That's my father. It's not me.
That's my daddy.
Trying to get my father elected, that's all.
Just trying to get him re-risen, you know. It's just been a little too less oceany around here. Oh,
and then
that's
there will be snacks afterwards.
sea grapes. And that's what I was going to get into next. So apparently, if you get sea grapes, you got to reconstitute them, right? If you haven't heard of sea grapes, they're a type of kelp. And they look like little caviars on a big chain. Some people have been scared of eating it because apparently you will see, I mean, it's harvested from the ocean and it's only semi dehydrated, so it's still kind of wet when you get it.
Uh-huh.
You might find microorganisms on there.
Yep.
And some people really don't like that.
People are, you know what? If you don't like microorganisms, you're gonna have to stop eating.
And
in general.
And fun fact, you ever felt on your eyebrows almost like a little shiver?
Yes.
Weird muscle twitch? Fun fact, that's the hair mites.
I really wish they would stop that sometimes.
You are coated in tiny mites. They are itsy bitsy microscopic. Your head, your face, all of you is covered in some kind of microscopic creature. You can't escape it, guys. It is literally impossible. You are your own planet. You are your own solar system, essentially. Inside and out. A lot of folks really don't realize that. It's the same people that I love when people talk about the bugs. We've been ingesting bugs for literally generations.
I'll say there's a difference between casually ingesting them and then purposely ingesting large amounts of them.
Agreed. However, even then, there are some cultures, I know the next word's going to be like, not as advanced as the West, true, that it's part of their regular diet.
Well, some places that's the only real protein they can get.
Some Jupiter, some Earth. Right. I tend to have more rings. But that's me. I think I need to dip on that note. I ain't trying to relearn the bugs living on my body. You can't handle the truth, hunty. But that goes back to the bug conversation we were having earlier that I got. A lot of folks believe bugs can just be eliminated, right?
Mm-hmm.
But even taking away mosquitoes, if you take away mosquitoes, you take away primary food source for many birds and many bats, for even a lot of other bugs. So even though dragonflies do take care of other pests, yeah, that's why I'm leaving. That's how our bodies make B12, right? Also, it's bedtime. I need to fix my sleep schedule. Yeah, I won't be staying up late anyway, guys, because like I said, I've been... Oh, God, it's already 12:26. I'm such a retard. It's been such a long week. So good night. I love you.
Night.
Ooh. Because yeah, I realize we have microorganisms on our bodies every day and in you. Like, so I love eating edamame. And this is why I'm actually kind of weird about organic. I'm in between. And here's why. When I open sometimes bags of edamame, there will be certain types of beetles in there.
Mm-hmm.
And different types of other flying insects that live on the edamame.
Yep.
And I just don't fancy, because there's like this big green one. I forget what kind of beetle it is, or fly or bug or whatever. I forget the classation is. It looks like a shield. It looks like a green shield.
Hello
It's
again,
big.
Mr. Wrong.
Welcome back, Wrong. And it's, are you good, ma'am? She's sitting here with her head like this. Like, she definitely wants to be near me, which is what I'm hoping me being away for a week will maybe shock her system a little.
Yeah.
Because I haven't gone away since Zoro passed away. So I'm wondering if either of us being gone for an extended period of time will help.
Well, he did just go to whatever that place was.
I mean, Gatlinburg?
That one.
That was before Zoro died.
No, that was after Zoro died.
Nope.
I'm like 100% positive that was after Zoro died.
I can 100% confirm Zoro died the week after we got back.
Okay.
Promise. That's why it was like a lot of the discomfort of it happening, that it happened after I got back, was because, you know, you blame yourself. You're like, well, should I take him with me? Should I just brought him to the vet? Like, there was a lot of coulda, shoulda, wouldas at the time. And so, yeah, that sucked. But this will be the first time we have been away from the house since then.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but it's not even we, it's just me.
Right.
So I'm hoping having that difference where I'm just not there at all for a whole week will kind of reset her a little bit.
Yeah.
Drama ensues. It might. Ever since Zoro passed away, my household has not operated the same. And that is something Starman and I have had to deal with. It is an added stress we never had, no matter how many animals we had. And it's all thanks to her. All of it. Penny was bad enough because Penny, we got it. It was all anxiety. So we could work around it. We could fix that. Animal anxiety is easier to explain than animal psychosis. With Nova, this is a psychosis, guys. It is a resource guarding reaction to a loss. Because animals can suffer from depression. They can suffer from missing an animal. And Nova very much bonded with all of the older cats when we got her. Because when we got her back in May of 2014, no, not May, sorry. In July of 2014, she was near death's door. Like, she was not okay. She was not a healthy cat. Mm-hmm. And she was as skin and bones as she is now. But she was deeply dehydrated. So she always was food motivated. But she loved Zoro. She would walk up to him all the time and try to sit with him. I was talking about you and Horror Star. It's funny how you two are debating what happened first. Well, it's because, you know, we is what we is. And when it comes to, you know, the older cats, Nova never got aggressive with, she's never been an aggressive cat with anyone. She's always been the cat that, like, does not care. She wants to meet everybody. And so the older cats tended to dote on her. And so, like, I guess with Zoro leaving, having that other constant that was always around, that she never knew life without him. It was an immediate, like, within 24 hours, she started doing this stuff. Within 24 hours, she was doing all of the things that is destructive in the household. So we know the direct catalyst, because everyone's like, well, maybe she got sick. If it was like a month away after, 2 months after, 3 months after, that'd be different. This was immediate. The change in her was immediate. The desperation for food, the going to the bathroom where she wasn't supposed to, the bull rushing my food, all that happened relatively quickly after Zoro passed. And we've tried to curb it. We've tried to fight it. And so these are situations where, like, you know, again, and this is why I do rescue. This is why I don't give animals away. Because Nova always showed somewhat signs of anxiety. However, I was able to curb them. You know, because she had other cats with her and everything. But you can have a cat for a decade. You could have an animal for a decade. And something can go wrong to disrupt their lives, because remember, this is their everything. This
Mhm.
is this is the equivalent of you losing your home. This is the equivalent of you getting fired from a long-time job. This is the equivalent of, your best friend dying, or your favorite uncle dying. They don't know how to cope with it the same way. And so when Nova felt, what I can only assume is Zora was a resource of some form to her. So when he died, she felt she needed to guard all resources. And she's become so obsessive now that it's very difficult to eat dinner around her. I've never had that problem. I've owned cats my whole life. Since I was 5 years old, actually, since I was born, I've had pets. And since I was 5 years old, I've had cats. I've never had this problem. Never. And the only ones I'm still having technically the problem with is Penny, Nova, and Daisy. Sunny and Luna and Calliope have followed suit on some of Nova's habits. And Penny and Daisy have followed on others. All of them, though, have followed her. None of them ever, except for Axel, would get on the counter. Now they all do. All of them. Daisy never once was on my counter. She was the best behaved. Now she disobeys all the time. So it's definitely it's a big change. Big one. So I'm hoping the idea that I'll be gone for a week could change something about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know about snap changes in animals for sure. It's been hell here. But we have nobody knows here yet because we haven't been streaming since it happened. But Rudy and Sydney have been having a severe issue where in the event they are both loose at the same time, they have a tendency to attack each other. Hey Kay, how you doing? And in the course of this, Sydney has managed to wound Rudy. Not a lot, just a little. He's not, you can tell by the way the bite is and the location of the bite that he wasn't trying to hurt Rudy, though he did almost take out Rudy's eye anyway. He was just trying to, they're struggling for dominance is what they're doing. But now it's reached the point where if both dogs are loose, it's on if they make eye contact, basically. And we've progressed them. I mean, we separated them. It used to be if Rudy was in his kennel and started growling, Sydney would bum rush his kennel. And we've gotten past that. So we're to the point that they can coexist, one inside the kennel, one outside the kennel. And now we are slowly moving to, for a little bit every day, both of them on leashes, coexisting outside of the kennel. But it takes time to get them back to the point where they realize, hey, we don't have to fight each other. And I mean, it was awful because last night I was sitting on the floor and I was petting Rudy with one hand and I'd opened Sydney's kennel and I was petting him from around the door in the other. And Rudy ran outside. Then he came back in. And unfortunately, when you have smart animals, doing this stuff is even harder. Because what Rudy then did is he came around my back and tried to sneak up on my other side to try to attack Sydney through the open door. Of course, that didn't end well for him. I grabbed him by the throat and pushed him down, but then closed the kennel back up. And
no, you're wrong. It's not that I farted. It's that because not to interrupt Har, because I want to know what's going on. I got very, very sick last June, like very, very sick. Like I had to go to the hospital. I lost 30 pounds in a week because of severe allergic reactions to clay litter. We could not get the silicone litter. It was not available, but we had to switch to litter boxes. So the problem is that because of the amount of animals I've got, even though my husband has kept up with keeping them clean, and they are relatively clean, I am starting to feel an allergic reaction creeping up. And so what I'm doing is I'm huffing my shirt because I can smell my laundry detergent, and it's kind of giving me a barrier between that and, you know,
It also works as a filter.
that too. So as you were
But
saying,
yeah, so we're progressing to the point where we're working them outside the kennels, sitting, one on the leash, the other on the leash, and just far enough away from each other that if they want to look at each other, if they want to check what the other one's doing, they can, but they aren't forced to interact. That way they can be comfortable being outside. But it's frustrating because when you go and look for information on how to help yourself with this stuff, so many seem to think that you can treat your way out of this kind of thing. Unfortunately, you try to give these dogs treats, they're way more focused on you than they are whatever you're trying to get them to do or not do.
Penny,
So
come on. I'm listening. She's tapping my back.
She is. Yeah, she's trying to get down there. So you can't just treat them out of it, because if Rudy is staring at sheep, for example, trying to get his next treat instead of, just chilling and hopefully recognizing that Sydney's there, you don't get the interaction you need. What are you huffing now?
The peppermint oil. Because it's like really strong. Really fucking strong. But
that'll scorch your nasal passages.
Well, no, because a lot of people, I understand people that want force-free. Force-free for most dogs doesn't exist. It just doesn't. Most dogs are not Greta. Most dogs are Orion, or at least some variation of Orion. Especially if you have a working class breed, which Horror does. And, on top of that, guys, this is something where it's just like with me. If you want to do, I get a lot of folks that say they want to do rescue like I do. If you want to do rescue, you have to be prepared for gross stuff. You have to be prepared that your animal is going to defecate where you don't want them to, or pee where you don't want them to. And they're going to cause you stress, and they're going to cause difficulties, and you have to be able to put up with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing where if you intend to have breeding dogs, or you intend to have dogs that you want to have as breedable, you have to be prepared for dominance issues. Now, it can happen with intact dogs as well, non-intact dogs as well, but especially if you've got two intact males, it's bound to happen. It can happen. Even if
only one of these males are intact. I
right,
mean, that's
only one of them. If like for instance with Axel's not intact anymore. He's a cat, but Axel's not intact anymore. But whenever an intact animal comes around him, he acts like a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the reasons why he's acting like a dick, is because Gorian is very dominant, and Gorian has been spraying because they need their balls chopped off, but the place that does it affordably is all whatchamacallit, booked up. So that's been difficult. And that was another thing. When you're done, I gotta tell you something funny, and then think maybe you and I can call it a night, because we both had a rough week.
Oh no, that's basically where it is. Force free in this case doesn't really work, but you still have to work the mentality. You have to work the dog's brain back into a normal cycle, or you're never going to get there. And while yes, treats can help to some degree, it doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't make the dog think in the direction that they actually have to think. You have to actually participate with the dog and teach the dog what you want them to do, and especially if you want it to stick. But it's been frustrating and unfun over here, but we're making slow progress, so there's that.
I definitely feel you on that. And again, it's the same. It's like, a lot of people like to treat their way out of it. And so the other day, and I shared these screenshots to Horror, so she'll know what I'm talking about. So if you guys have heard of this account on Instagram and TikTok called Team Floppy Ears, he's a guy I found through Jonas Black, and he does a lot of, dog training and rescue. And there was a video he shared. This woman was making a meal for her Cane Corso, supposedly. Okay, her Cane Corso is only 65 pounds. Okay?
Sounds small.
It's a girl, and it's still growing. She was feeding this dog a whole cow ear with a 1/4 pound of ground meat in there, half of liver, 8 Baltic sprats. Then she did an offal mix. Then she did not 1 but 2 whole duck heads. She
Holy
did
shit.
like 8 chicken hearts. She did then a whole chicken head. And then she did a couple other things on like she was just and I said, "It's great food, way too much." Well, this bitch that apparently knows her came at me sideways. "This is only about 4 pounds of food. It is not that much. Relax." And I'm like,
That's a lot of food.
a lot of fucking food. Like, especially because the thing is, you don't just do it by weight. You have to follow an actual nutrition plan. And the thing is, this is why she said she's following a nutritionist. I'm like, there's not a nutritionist in the world that would tell you to give your dog, on top of fatty liver, on top of heart meat, on top of ears, and on top of the muscle meat, 2 fatty duck heads. Because duck has a lot more fat than chicken or anything.
Oh, yeah.
And then on top of that, you're throwing in all these other organs. It's great food. You could have stopped at the ear and a couple of those sprats and then 1 of the animal heads. You didn't. This fell into this woman. She tried every way to Sunday to disprove me. First she said, "Oh, you're a cat lady. You don't even own dogs. Why am I even talking to you?" And then she was like, "You're just one of those people who doesn't understand animals. You don't even own animals." Oh, like she kept trying to find every way to discredit me. And then because he, mind you, she is a friend of his. He was making fun of it because of them being raw feed snobs. Okay.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the video, he put him putting kibble in a bowl and giving it to his dog.
Right.
All I complained about was the portion size. And he says to me, "Congratulations, you won best raw feed snob. What do you want, a cookie?" And I'm like, what part of what I said had anything to do with the raw feed itself? Because it didn't. It did not at all. My dogs ate kibble just like yours this morning, sir. Like, and if you're curious, guys, the entire interaction is on my my Discord's screenshots, drama screenshots section. You can read the whole shebang. It was such a ridiculous fight that didn't need to be purely because I said that's a lot of food for a dog. And it is. And now, unless she says to me, "This dog is working class, I take it out, they take it all the time," what it came down to was, bitch was triggered and didn't like it. But you don't need to be piling food on your dog just because I got his hair in my mouth. Sorry. Oh, now I know why you made that post earlier about someone not knowing you own it. Yes, that was on my Instagram. Because they were both going through all my stories trying to find something to mock me about. Both him and her. They have large accounts, guys. He has like 167,000 followers on Instagram alone. She has over 20,000. The both of them could not handle me calling out this woman and her dog. Neither of them knew this. Neither of them owned the dog. She was friends with the owner of the dog. And they went to that extreme. So that's why I really do feel like dog people, obviously sans horror, are some of the most triggered people. Like, so easily insulted. So easily affronted over a simple comment.
I mean, when you talk to people online, it's that way in general.
True. But it was just so funny that it was just like, and then he ended up blocking me. So, adults all around.
Oh, yeah.
But that being said, before I get myself sick and then I'm not able to go at all next week.
Better wrap it up.
Better wrap it up because I can feel the burning starting in my throat. So, darling, why don't you take us out?
You can find me on mostly my other channel now, the Abysmal Critic channel, where I'm making videos 6 days a week. I've dropped one day just because I needed a little more time. I bet they play Concord, possibly.
I don't know the reference, but I find it funny anyway.
But it's where I talk about video games and video game news. So feel free to stop by there and if you're into that kind of stuff. Otherwise, you can catch me streaming occasionally here with Star or my other friends, where we either play video games or what we do here, where we talk about animals and everything else. But yeah, that's what I got. And then sheep's sneezing.
Please tell. I was like, please tell me it's sheep and not Sydney.
Yeah, no, that was sheep. I forgot to mute his mic.
Well, guys, as for me, I will be getting on a plane next week. So I'm going to do my best to get stuff done this week. Not while this room is like this, but I'm going to do the best that I can. I still have those videos being made, but it's I've been working a lot of long hours, guys. So I do apologize. Been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes at the Star House that I've had to handle. I am going to try to stream tomorrow, but again, I have to get a lot done before I leave. And that's because the restaurants, I'm going back to them by the end of this month. So I have a lot to do. It's a little bit of time. But bear with me. Stuff is coming. And either way, guys, I really appreciate all of you. And I'm really excited to go see my darling next week.
Yay!
We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be really cool.
It's going to be great.
Either way, guys, remember to get your animals properly vaccinated. Remember to spay and neuter your pets. Remember to tell people that are important to you that you love them and to be safe. So, Horror.
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Be safe.
You too. We'll see you soon.
See you soon. Excuse the fuck out of you, sir. Bye. Motherfucker growled at me. Not on my watch.
What a jerk.
Good night, everybody.